everybody, it's Katie from KatersAcres. Welcome back to my Polymer Clay studio. I'd like to invite you to sit and chat with me for just a few minutes. There's a few things that are really on my heart that I want to share with you. Lately I've heard a lot of people talking about how, well, they're not creative or they can't do something, and they use the word can't. That word really bothers me, and part of the reason that word bothers me is because I don't believe that anybody can't do something. I believe you can do what you set your mind to. Execution is a different story, but if you truly set your mind to something, we as people, we as creatives can accomplish great, wonderful, and fantastic things. We all have a creative side. Learning to harness it, learning to use it, learning to do what speaks to you and to your heart is the challenge that faces all artists. As a polymer artist, there are hundreds of books that you can turn to for inspiration. Polymer clay is an absolutely fantastic medium for one big reason, and in my opinion, that reason is because polymer can imitate almost any material out there. You can paint with polymer. You can use polymer to make faux stained glass. You can use polymer to make metallic effects like makume gane, a very old technique done with metal smithing. You can even make faux stones and different kinds of minerals with polymer. The possibilities literally are limitless and endless. As a polymer artist, you literally have the world at your fingertips. It's learning how to see things that really matters. So I'm going to show you something real quick that I look at every single day for inspiration. So I want you to grab a cup of coffee and open your mind because we're about to take a really quick journey. Okay, we're back. Now I have something very special to show you. And you're going to take one look at it and you're going to say that's not special at all. But I'm going to challenge the way that you see the world, the way that you see clay, and the way that you think. This is my beloved clay box. In here are all different kinds of polymer clay. Let's take a look for 1 second, shall we? This is the gorgeousness that is my clay box, and you can see that there are all different colors of clay in here. There are some that are in round balls or chunks because it's blended clay, but you can also see that there are some big pieces that aren't blended because it's clay straight from the package. But here's what I want you to see, because this box is not just polymer clay. This box is dragons and fairies and Pegasus horses and trolls and father times and leaves and little critters that scurry and run on the ground. This box in here is whatever I want to make of it. I am only limited not by this and not by the colors in here, but by my imagination. A lot of artists get what's called the blank page syndrome, and it happens with writers too, blanking cursor syndrome, where there's so much fear of creating something or of making something that it's hard to get started. That blank white page that stares at an artist can be overwhelming, or a blank white canvas. A blinking cursor to an author can be a trigger of anxiety and of nervousness, and at times even of death, of incompleteness, of the end of the story not being met. The same is true with this box. Some people look in their clay box or in their clay supplies and they think, gee, I don't know what's yellow. Well, yellow obviously is Parker in my case. But what else in the world is yellow? Well, maybe a bumblebee. But the reality is that anything can be yellow. Have you ever seen a yellow elephant? Well, neither have I. But that doesn't mean he doesn't exist, because in my brain, he exists and he's real. Don't let what's in your clay box, or a half bar or a whole bar of clay, this square block be intimidating to you. Don't let it stop your creativity. Your creativity begins where your imagination does. In my imagination, there are hundreds of beasts and critters and things that crawl and squirm and fly, because that's the way my imagination is. I choose not to see blocks. I choose to see beyond the block, beyond the color, and free myself to allow myself to do that. It's a very, very hard practice for a lot of people to get to that point in their creativity where they can open up their heart and open up their mind, or just take your clay and begin to condition it and just say, okay, clay, what are you going to be today? What do you want to be? And let your hands make something. Having that piece of clay in your hands with no idea or no picture on your head of what you're going to create is wonderful. Don't let it be intimidating and frightening to you, because that piece of clay, no matter its color, can become anything that you want it to be. You are the artist. You are the one that has drawn that inspiration to make the creation yours in the first place. So I hope that today, when you go into your studio or your polymer clay space, maybe your kitchen table or your dining room table or a corner in the bedroom, wherever it is that your studio is, I hope that you take another look at this, and that you don't just see it for what it is, but that you see it for what it is not yet to become. So enjoy your day today. Make a little piece of your heart to give to somebody else, to offer to somebody else, to give to the world creatively. I'll see you next time here on KatersAcres. But in the meantime, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. Leave your thoughts about creativity and about polymer clay below. If you have a tutorial or an idea or something that you would like me to do, I'll also leave that in the comments section below. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.